Kerbal Space Program. As you can see here, I have the second of the colony habitation modules on close approach to the colonizer ship. Well, not quite close approach, but we're getting to the closest approach before we have to start docking maneuvers. And I'm just about ready to cancel out my relative velocity and begin my approach. And so, without further ado, I think we're just about as close as we're going to get. Let's cancel this velocity difference. And rotate around to apparently the long way around to face the target. And begin approaching. I should probably use the thrusters to help me out here a little bit. Find control mode. And right there. And let's begin approaching. SAS off, save some of that RCS for tomorrow, and rotate around to target relative retrograde and be ready to kill that velocity as we approach closer and closer. And I'm going to make a cut here until the point where I'm on close approach, ready for docking. Alright, here we are about 900 meters out from the station, and our booster tank is almost out of fuel. This lower section still has some, but I have found that I cannot use docking mode with this great big honking thing attached, so it's time to stage that away. And now I can switch to docking mode and the chase camera and thrust away from that thing. Start getting lined up with the station a little bit better. And that includes rolling heads up. Thrustering up a little bit. How's my resources here? Alright, 400 liters of monoprop. That ought to be enough. Yeah, my prograde vector's coming up. And let's slow down a little bit while we're at it. Get plenty of time to get all lined up before any kind of a close approach. Really close approach, that is, I guess. Roll a bit. And thrust upwards some more. And to 1 one side a little bit. Get our vectors lined up. All right. And now it's just a matter of thrusting towards the station and staying on target. Go ahead and accelerate to about 3 meters a second. Get close enough to select a docking port. And I'll be back when I'm just about there. All right, we're coming up on really close approach here. Still, just now able to select a docking port, so we're good there. And I've been thrusting off to the side a little bit so that I don't hit the thing. And I'll be rotating around, not that way, not that way. Yawing around to line up with the docking port as the station passes by. And also adjusting my flight path so that as the station gets to where it's right there, or well, not station, ship, as it gets to where it's right there, I will be facing that direction. Somehow I managed to unset the target. All right. Around here. Like so. Thrust a little bit this way to bring this marker closer to the target. Nice, easy 0.6 meters a second. We're in no hurry. We have all day. That's the big mistake that makes things so much more difficult when doing docking maneuvers, is getting in a hurry. That'll mess you up every time. Nice and easy here. Contact, SAS off. And we swing around a little bit, we wobble a bit, and we will have docking. And we'll know we're docked when the view shifts and the quantum struts come online. Oh man, come on. Link up. Now on the design of this thing, I did alter the quantum strut positioning just a little bit, trying to get a better grip on this with all four strut beams. This is definitely going to wobble back and forth a bit. but it's obvious that the magnetic docking clamps have engaged, so that shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so we continue to wobble. How about if I speed this part up in the video? And finally we have docking. And as I had hoped, my new placement for the quantum struts have all 4 of them engaged, and they're locked onto that truss section. Alright, now we head down. Well, I'm going to do something here real quick while I'm still here. Transfer some fuel. Make sure these things have full fuel, and let's load their monoprop all the way back up. So that I don't forget to do it later. Okay, that's full. All right. And now to the Space Center for the launch of the 3rd colony module. Let's go for a launch and get this thing going. And we have Jepney Kerman and Dilgan Kerman aboard this one. Those names sound strangely familiar. In any event, get up my orbital information. And SAS on, find controls, throttle up, and let's go. And unless anything unexpected should happen, I'll cut back in when it's time for docking. Alright, here I am approaching the station. I just had a near miss with my booster stage. Doggone thing scraped right along the top of this, right along the ship as it went by. I actually impacted the sucker. And that very nearly was a disaster. But managed to get away with it. Let's see. Docking port. All right. Let's thrust over this way a little bit. Bring our prograde marker back onto the pink ball, pink dot marker, whatever it is. Yaw around as the ship comes closer. Whoops. That was supposed to be a lateral thrust. once again get lined up. Kind of swinging around the left side here. Trying not to do it very fast. Interesting visual thing there on the ship. Really strange appearance. All right, now let's start doing something about getting a better lineup. Almost there. And that looks good. At least it's a good place to start. Thrust over this way and get lined up in this direction. Thrust back a little bit. Yeah. And the way to fly this now is to fly the ship so that the pink marker moves to the center. And it will, as this docking port lines up with the center line of the ship. Looks like a little bit more yaw is in order here. That looks good. A little bit up, but not much. Time to thrust in forward. Cancel out a sideways motion. It would be nice if we could do this on a daylight side. But it looks like we've got it. A nice, easy 2 meters a second. Quick adjustment to the attitude. Just lock it right there. Thrust over a bit. And contact, SAS, RCS off. And now, once again, we wait for the dance to end and docking to be confirmed. And it didn't take so long this time. That's good. All right. Now, I can just confirm which one I just docked. That would be this one. And let's reload its monoprop tanks. And I don't believe I used any of its fuel. Confirm that these others are... Yeah, alright. Good to go. And now one more module to be attached here. And so we adjourn once again to the Space Center. Stop in at the VAB for a quick look over the ship that we're going to send up. And this one will be a colony power module. And this ship basically, this module basically has a reactor on board and nuclear fuel to provide power for the colony once it's up there. And I need to add the quantum struts to this one. And I need to make sure they don't intersect with this hatch. Point them up and in. Like so. Alright, they converge, and so they will lock onto that truss section when the ship docks. Alright, good. Save and launch. And here we have Mumby Kerman, or Mumbry, and it looks like Nayland. I really wish that type size was a little larger. Anyway, we have our anxious crew. I'm not sure whether they're anxious to go or anxious to find a way to stay home, but here we are. Time to launch. And as before, I'll catch up with you at docking. Unless something happens between now and then, which I don't particularly expect. And here I am coming in to 150 meters from the station, or the ship. I keep saying station, but it's not. And this flight has been a little bit difficult. As you can see, I've used almost 100 liters of monoprop. And I don't know, there's something odd about the thrusters on this one. That when I try to go for rotation, it doesn't quite cooperate. If I want to rotate down, it wants to rotate up and to the right. And I still can't see the docking port. Oh, here we go. Okay, now I'm going to rotate up a little bit. You can see it's trying to rotate right, and I have to compensate with some left. Time to slow down big time here. We're getting awfully close. There's our target. The last of 4 open docking ports. Well, there's one on the end here, but I don't think we'll be using that one here, except as a place to dock a refueling ship. Taking it nice and easy. Looks like we've got an almost straight-in approach. And given the way the thrusters are acting, this is a good thing. Down to 0.4 meters per second. Time to rotate again. It's definitely very touchy on the thrusters. The rotation thrusters in particular. And I'm not sure what the heck's going on with that, but this particular module is going to get a redesign before it flies again. At least our target port is in daylight. And it looks like we're pretty much lined up. It's a good thing because I can't see this docking port very well. Very tiny micro adjustments ready to kill the ASAS. Uh-oh, we're not lined up. Oh. Alright. This ought to have to do it. And contact, ASAS and RCS off. And we do the docking dance. Well, that was quick. Good. All right. Now, let's see. That one's been used a little bit, so let's get some fuel into it. All right. And the monoprop. Is that reloaded? The next flight is the interplanetary drive module, the XD drive. And so, without further ado, let's get one on the launch pad and get it up there. Okay, this should be very straightforward. Get this up there, dock it with the station, and then get it refueled. We're off to the launch pad. Well, I hit the wrong key, so we'll just do it this way. Okay. Flying this one, we have John Lee Kerman and Loki Kerman, it looks like. Still awfully hard to read. So, SAS, find controls, throttle, and we go. And once again, I'll catch up with you at docking unless something spectacular happens. All right, we're arriving at the station. The ship. I keep saying station, I don't know why. I guess it's all those space station flights. And we're getting close enough. Let's go ahead and turn the lights on. Light things up. And we want the docking port up here. But apparently, oh, okay, there it is. Every time I think I'm just not close enough to get it, there it is. Okay, we have our docking port selected as target. We need to thrust up a little bit, let it pass under us, rotate as it does so. nice and slowly. Line up with the docking port, connect up, and what I want to do is transfer all of the remaining fuel out of that tank into this ship, as well as the RCS fuel, and then undock this and undock the XD drive from the thing, and come around here and take the place that this one was in. Hard to see that distance readout. 101 meters. Okay. We should have to start rotating soon. A little bit at first. And even more as the ship draws closer. Station. Okay, distance readout is more important than the lights just now. Definitely want to thrust up away from it a little bit, give ourselves room to rotate around to line up with the dock. Keep my camera angle so that the sun flare doesn't get in the way. I think we can counter the up thrust now. Directly at the target. And rotate as it draws closer. Okay, let's see if we can't come to a stop here. Let's move up a little bit. And rotate into docking alignment. This is going kind of slow because this ship is big enough now that I'm getting about 6 frames a second when I'm close by, so in a way that's actually helpful, surprising as it may sound, because it's slowing things down enough to make sure that I have time to react. It gets pretty much close to visually lined up with this and this on the same plane, like right about there. Stop the rotation. Thrust upwards. And a little bit that way. But not too much that way. Just a bit of forward thrust to start closing in on it a little bit. Okay, looking good. Pink marker is coming down to match here. And I need to thrust right a little bit. I'll get a little bit of rightward motion. Slowing down a bit. All right, it's coming right straight down in line now. When this gets here, center on the nav ball, cancel the upward motion and proceed toward the target. Looks like we're lined up pretty good. Move in a little bit. Okay. Just a little bit of up. A little bit of roll. Cancel the upward motion. Ready to kill the SAS. Looks like we'll have a good docking. Contact, SAS off, RCS off. RCS back on, thrust forward just a teensy bit. Looks like we bounced off that time. And we are docked. All right. Okay, now let's transfer the remaining fuel from here into there. We're still going to need another fuel run, but we might as well drain all we can out of this. And the RCS as well. Right, that's about done. And now we can decouple there. About, let's get out of docking mode. SAS off, RCS on, and just a little bit of thrust away. Using apparently every thruster on the station. Okay, it is drifting away, and that's all we need at the moment. Alright, now I was going to go ahead and do the maneuver where I take this ship from here, undock it, and put it here, and then do the refueling run, all in this video, but it's already gotten long enough that I'm gonna go ahead and cut this short here. And next episode, this ship moves over into its drive place, and a refueling ship comes up, tops off the tanks, and then this thing heads for Duna. If you like the video, please take a second and hit the like button. Leave comments if you have any ideas or suggestions or comments or whatever. Always interested in seeing that. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out of here.